So last year we put together an annotated sample state test for 2015. That's on the National Science Olympiad website. It's a 19-page guide with advice for each section. And we haven't done that for this year, and we probably will not. So the 2015 one, of course, has different deep sky objects, but except for that, it's the same types of questions, the same number of questions, the same sections A, B, and C, with more and more mathematical orientation for each section. Throughout the event, it's annotated because in red there are descriptions in there that explain why those questions were asked, how they satisfy the content, how they satisfy the understanding, and how they're interpretive or analytical. So going through the 2015 annotated sample state event test will give you a really good idea on why and how to put those questions together. We also put one together for regional and invitational competitions for 2015, a 14-page guide, and again, in red, annotated all the way through this event. It explains exactly why those questions were constructed, how they satisfy the event description, how they satisfy knowledge and understanding of the basic physics and math underlying stellar evolution and the formation of exoplanets and the physical properties of those exoplanets. These questions are not put together capriciously. There is a lot of thought and effort. We go over them and over them and over them, more than one person looking at them. We select the deep sky objects very carefully for a lot of very serious reasons. And so looking at these events will give you an idea of the process that we go through at national competition. So the 2015 annotated state test is available to you from the National Science Olympiad website. They have a category specifically for event supervisors, and you will find it listed there. The 2016 astronomy test and invitational regional is going to be put together. We also put together state events, regional events, invitational events, and we give them to the National Science Olympiad website, and they will distribute those to state directors. So if you as an event supervisor feel that you might not be quite prepared enough or don't have enough time enough or not quite knowledgeable about some of the content, you can request through your state director to get an event that you can use for state competition. Again, those are under lock and key on the national website, only available through the state directors. So there's also in the Science Olympiad store, they have a lot for all events. They have a multitude of resources that have been developed by event supervisors. If you do not have the astronomy CD, the Astronomy Coaches Manual, put together for teams, a 210-page manual on this event. That will probably be updated another year or two to include more areas of focus that are in there now. And there's also under the event supervisor menu, there are rules clarifications, code of ethics, a lot of information about scoring, a wealth of information for event supervisors. So just in summation, if you have any clarification, remember to go to the National Science Olympiad website under event information and look at the rules clarification part if you have any kind of a question. Read the event description. It's pretty much on these slides, on this slide set, but your tournament director should have gotten those from the state director, and you would have that event description to read, to pay close attention to as you're developing the event for that specific content, understanding those resources. Use this webinar, use the webinar for the teams and the accompanying PowerPoints that gives the overview of the content and the deep sky objects. Access, again, the National Science Olympiad website for general rules and policies. Also, be familiar with those in case something comes up. You do not want to have any kind of an arbitration. The last thing that you need is to happen to anybody is to have someone think that you have not stuck to the rules and regulations and guidelines of Science Olympiad and file a complaint against you. We do not want that to happen. Use the websites listed in the event description under recommended resources for the images and content. They are listed at the bottom of the event description page, the ones that the event supervisors feel are the most useful for the students. Use those annotated sample tests to help you give more detailed information on how to construct your event. Use those and take advantage, if you need to, of the events that will be available through the National Science Olympiad directly to the state directors. You can also download the 2015 astronomy test from the AAVSO website to use as a guide to construct the event. So there's last year's event, which was still exoplanets, complete with answer key, and that is a great resource for you to use to construct your event. Eventually, pretty soon, within a few months, there will be no more Science Olympiad materials posted on the AAVSO website. So if you go there looking for something and it's not there, for instance, I put together flashcard sets for teams for astronomy and Reach for the Stars, and they're usually posted there. But we are going to start posting everything on the National Science Olympiad website. So if you don't find it there at AAVSO, we will be discontinuing that site in a short, probably within a couple of months, I'm thinking. But they will be available on the national website. Thank you.